representing Simon Muay Thai. Would you please make some noise for Alexandros, Alexandrou.
So the main card continues here tonight at Next Generation Combat. And the two big boys are in the ring. Reon Wong, extremely powerful. Malcolm, he's got knockout power at every single angle, but a very tough veteran fighter in Alexandros Alexandrou. More experience, in fact, double the experience for Alexandrou, but Reon Wong undefeated.
That's right. I mean, you look at Alexandros Alexandrou. Previously, he was a very good football player, but started Muay Thai in 2003. He's the first to tell you that he focuses on defense first and then counters from there. And in this camp, he's really been working on his kicks and his lower body strength. I think he's probably done his research on Reon Wong.
And both guys champions. Wong, a IKF Southern Area K1 champ. And actually, Alexandrou, a former WMBF world champion. So both guys have got experience. They've got titles with their credentials. And it should be an exciting fight of experience versus youth, plain and simple.
Chris, we know about Reon Wong, again, KO Next Generation. And he's got that unbeaten record, and he's got that confidence. And he's, I mean, for a big man, he's very fast and very fluid. And Alexandros Alexandrou, as I said, being a defensive fighter and a counter stylist, he said, I always wait for the openings first. I don't mean to any disrespect, but that might be a mistake against someone as fast and as powerful as Reon Wong. Just my opinion.
So Wong in the red corner, Alexandrou in the blue. Both men meet in the middle. Referee in charge, Pete Richardson. Wong, 29 years of age. Gonna have that height advantage at 6'4". And always loved watching martial arts from a young age. Malcolm, really interesting to see a guy who was a fan first, now turned high-level competitor.
That's right, and as I said, huge support for him here tonight. And it'd be interesting how he deals with Alexandros, who said, look, I'm a counter fighter, I look to defend first. But this is amateur K1, again, with no shin guards, so there won't be that much clinch work. Our referee, Peter Richardson, will get in there between them very quickly.
Wong really doing great there. Was that a knockdown? He was looking for the knee. Pete Richardson probably going to say no. The action resumes.
It was close, Chris. I think there was a delayed reaction to the knee. I think it skimmed rather than hit cleanly. But we look at the KO style, and although they're powerful and explosive and hurtful, they're thinking fighters. They take their time, and just as Reon is doing now. And you saw there, Alexandros went for the inside leg, but had to take a knee instead.
Some good checking going on, but he's going to get a warning about excessive clinching. That's the thing, you know, he's come from Muay Thai. He's obviously fighting under K1 limited clinch rule set. That's something that Wong has made some adaptations to, as will Alexandros.
Well, again, I like that Alexandros there, as I said, was even under fire, was looking to take that lead leg, but he's taken some heavy shots there.
Whoa, a huge right hand, and Alexandros just shakes it off, but you know he got rocked there, Malk. It's that short right hand. He either throws it with a short little right straight or a check hook.
And those knees are coming solidly, and that right hand comes in low again. These are heavy, heavy shots, and Alexandros is rocking now, Chris.
Huge right hand again from Reon Wong. Turns it into a hook. It was mixing up that strike and changing the angle on the punch that was the difference.
Now look, he's had a look at him. As I said, they take the time. He's had a look at him, and then he explodes into action. And Alexandros is now feeling the power of Reon Wong.
Lazy spin there. Wong looking to capitalize. Alexandros covers up. Might be in danger of getting the count. Yeah, he's going to give it to him. Pete Richardson intervening there. That's going to be one to the good there for Reon Wong, 10-8 round. Malcolm, plenty of one-way traffic to write home about.
It was all about timing, Chris. In the first minute of the round, Reon Wong took his time. He wasn't rushing. He had a good look at his guy. They were pretty even. Then he stepped on the gas, and those heavy hands you mentioned, which were very impressive, they were all set up with the knees underneath first. Those knees really softened Alexandros off. But for me, Reon Wong showed a maturity there, taking his time to have a good look at his opponent. Then it was about the midway point we saw all this good action from him.
And for me, the big thing was that right hand. He said, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to show my unique take on the game. Of course, mirroring Crew Sam style. I'm going to be calm, I'm going to be collected, I'm going to be calculated. And that would be the best way I would describe that performance. Very calculated.
But in that replay there, you saw those big right hands were, again, set up with those knees that bring the guard down, just create that extra bit of space. And that's the problem for Alexandros, is Reon is not only using excellent punching technique, the knees are being used, not only damaging, but as a setup as well. And I could see a stoppage this round. I've got to be honest, I can see a round 2 stoppage.
So 2 of a scheduled 3 here, Malcolm. Obviously a lot on the line. 10-8 round. Alexandros has got his work cut out for him.
I don't think Reon Wong will wait like he did in the first round. He's had a look now. He's seen what he's capable of. He's seen what his opponent's capable of. I don't think he'll wait a full minute as we saw in the opening round.
Good solid low kicks. Alexandros gets clipped. Wong pushing him into the ropes. Into the corner. Alexandros trying to find something here, getting the tie up, and we'll have a separation.
But again, Chris, it's those knees. Reon's bringing those knees in, and we know why, to free those hands up. And Pete Richardson will be warning Alexandros again about the holding, and it's a point deducted. As if he needs anything more against him, too much holding in K1 rules. He looks to his corner, bemused, but that was on the cards as well. And he's going to get warned for this as well, Chris, because, again, you can't catch and walk in under this K1 rule set.
And that would be obviously the base in Muay Thai. He's been in Muay Thai since 2003, but the problem is those skills are useful in K1, but the rules are different. Alexandros has got to keep fighting with intelligence and not necessarily on instinct, because it could cost him a point.
That's the key, Chris. He is fighting on instinct here, and it's every time those knees drive in like this again, and then those hands over the top. What do you do under pressure? You revert to tight.
Good right hand, but he ate another one from Reon Wong. Wong's being smart here. He's not punching himself out. He knows this guy's a tricky guy. He's been around the game for a long time. And of course, you know, Alexandros was clear. He said, I'm a defense first guy. I sometimes have to soak up the heavy leather, look to pull counters. But he's losing this fight right now, no way about it.
He's just had a second point deducted, Chris, for holding once more. And again, did you see the showboating from him, dropping the hands and pulling the faces? He wants to lure Reon on to hopefully one big punch that can end this. That's the experience, that's the gamesmanship. Trying to lure Reon into a wild shot.
Alexandros is looking for that haymaker. He's trying to catch a Hail Mary with the overhand right. Reon Wong is smart though. He's tying him up when it's smart. He's pushing him away, actually, to make sure he doesn't get a cheeky punch on the disconnectors as well. I think there's been really smart stuff. Reon has shown maturity, right? You got a guy hurt. He's clearly, shall I say, for lack of a better term, hot and bothered all about it. And he sticks to the game plan. He didn't try to push the finish. I think it was a smart game plan.
Do you know what? I've got a lot of respect for Alexandros. He soaked up an incredible amount of punishment there. Started to showboat, started to wave the head to try and lure Reon out. You said about the discipline of Reon. He tried to stop him being disciplined, trying to make him just that bit careless. But on top of all that, the pressure he soaked up, no one would have complained if the corner threw the towel in or he said, I've had enough. He hasn't even looked like that. Instead, he's trying to lure Reon out of his shell. But you said the maturity of Reon, he stuck to a game plan, and he's systematically taking Alexandros apart. And on top of everything else, he's had to give up the 2 counts for the holding.
And I'm watching the corner right now. They've actually really done a good job of slowing down the breathing, you know, relieving that oxygen debt, kind of keeping things in the calm. And we'll see what he's going to be able to do with it here, because I think his work is cut out and it's a tall order.
Oh, I've got a lot of respect for him, Chris. I mean, he's trying to do the best under siege.
That's a great movie. So third and final round here. Next Generation Combat coming to you live from Greater Croydon, South London. It's been a heat wave the last few days, and these two boys are bringing the heat for sure in the middle of the squared circle.
Well, Alexandros eats those knees and just sighs and looks to come forward again. I mean, he's taken so many of them, Chris, and the key is he's taking them. And now these right hands over the top as well, and Alexandros still trying to forge forward. Huge respect for the man from Cyprus.
Good blitz here from Alexandros.
Oh, and then this is the other thing he's not ready for. When they break, Reon is on him like a rash there. And each time they break clean, Alexandros is not ready to defend himself. And Reon, but that's the game, Chris. He's called him clean and he's still there. His eyes are still clear. He soaks up punishment, this man.
The thing about Reon that's impressed me so much is young in his career, he's not been outfoxed, right? He's remained unpredictable. He's kind of kept to the game plan. He's mixed things up. He's not pushing for the knockout predictably in a way that could get him knocked out, because a guy like Alexandros has clearly been there, done that. You know, he told us in the pre-fight interview, I wait for them to hit first so that I can hit him back. That's what I'm coming out here to do. So Reon has read that. He's listening to his corner and he's fighting smart.
You're dead right, Chris. Exactly everything you've said there. He's not been lured in by Alexandros. He's not been conned. He's stuck very maturely and calmly to a game plan.
Good low kick. Reon Wong, good flurries toward the end here.
Chris, Alexandros is so durable.
Oh, but he's gotten rocked there a couple of times. Reon Wong might be able to do it here. Smart clench.
I mean, you look at Alexandros, Chris, he's lost this clearly. But at his peak, I would have loved to have seen this man, because even now he's durable, he's shaking his head. He's taken all that punishment and he's still there. Reon Wong, very calm, very collected, very clever victory. Didn't go for broke, even though he had huge support, didn't go to look for the big knockout to please the crowd. He did what was necessary against a wily veteran campaigner. And when you reach a certain age, you have a lot of sympathy for the older campaigners. And Alexandrou, what heart, as you see here, he's soaked up so much and still trying to swing the big overhand rights, trying to lure Reon Wong out of his tight defense. It didn't happen, but full credit to the man from Cyprus. He's not going to get the win here, but he's earned a lot of respect in that bout.
Two guys. Hard, great determination, 3 rounds. Give it up one more time for Reon Wong and Alexandros. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 rounds of action. We go to the judges' scorecard. These judges have a contest scored unanimously in favor of your fighter from the red corner, representing the next generation. And the international fighter from Cyprus tonight.